Hey guys, we're here at Poppy's Smoke Shop and Lounge, and we're about to go in. Stella and I are ready to do another season, and we are in Nashville, Tennessee, Cool Springs. So hey, let's go on in. Hey Stella, you ready? Let's go. Oops, sorry.
Welcome.
Hey, how's it going? You must be Poppa P.
I'm Poppa P. Welcome in.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Glad
Michael.
to have you, Michael.
This is Stella.
Hi, Stella. How are you? Welcome to Poppa P's. We're glad to have you.
So great place.
Well, welcome in.
And it looks like I caught you at a busy time.
That's nothing wrong with that.
All right.
Yeah, come on over. I'll give you a little. Of course, we're in our retail storefront here.
Yep.
We're a little different than.
Yeah, so you don't have a place to smoke?
We do.
You do?
We'll get that on the next half of the
Oh, so there's
tour.
more to it than just this.
So we're a little different, and there's some people that think, well, you're a cigar shop. What are you thinking? For the most part, we keep the retail storefront smoke-free. Some people will say, well, that's a cigar shop. Well, we're a retail store here, and we have a lot of customers that just come in to get their cigars. They've got to head back to the office. We got a lot of ladies that come in and shop, and they love that they can come in and shop and not be in the other environment. So
that makes a lot of sense. I never thought about it like that.
Pop tobaccos, lots of accessories.
Yep.
We keep most of our flavored and infused cigars in a cabinet out here.
Oh, this is where my editor would be because he doesn't know any better. But I'm not supposed to say that about him.
And then this here is I tell people, step into my office.
Excellent. Well, I'll follow you into your office. Wow.
This, of course, is our walk-in humidor, and this room here is all got its own dedicated temperature control, humidity, comes on and off as needed, and it's humidors. It's one of those things it's like a puzzle knowing what to bring in, what not to,
Yeah.
and but we think we carry a nice selection, and we got a little something for everybody. So
yeah,
and we're constantly tweaking it. There's naturally you can't bring in everything new that hits the market.
So you don't have those $1 million cigars in here?
We don't.
No. I figured Nashville would have them.
Nor would I have them even if I could, be honest with you. But we got a lot of the great brands. Of course, the standards: Monte Cristo, Romeo and Julieta. My Father is a very popular brand here. As you can see by the space they have, Perdomo is a great brand for us. And I'll be right up front and honest. It's a brand that for here. We don't even have to work real hard to sell people on them. We just have a Perdomo fan base, and we sell a lot of them.
That's awesome.
Of course, Padron.
So I see you get the Poppy Van Winkles. I've never had one. I hear everybody talking about those. Are they worth it?
Yeah. So this is, there's other cigars like that they claim are bourbon, where they maybe dip them in a little bit of bourbon. This is a true joint venture between the Pappy and Company, the Van Winkle family, and Drew Estate Cigars. So it's it's not like you'll smell the aroma of the Pappy, but it's not something that's soaked in it. It's basically the tobacco is aged and fermented in Pappy barrels. So it's got for anybody interested, get online and read, because the process is very fascinating. So
excellent.
But yeah, we try to.
Hold on, I got a question. So you got cigars for $4.99, $5.39. Is that why it's empty, because they're so cheap?
This is a house blend that we have, and we are desperately waiting on a shipment from the Dominican Republic, which I just got word. I got a big shipment that cleared customs yesterday. So
wow,
they're on the way.
Those are awesome prices.
So our house blend, I kind of tell everybody the same thing. Is this going to be the best cigar you've ever smoked? Probably not. could very well be one of the best $5 cigars you ever smoked. We just sell tons and tons, and this is rare that we are completely out of them. But if you were to stop back at the end of the week, this will be full, and up in that area will be endless bundles of them.
Wow.
So,
well, you know, not every day is a $25 cigar day. Sometimes you just want that normal cigar. Oh.
Yep.
So here I see this cigar. I was told by a sales rep, they named that after me, Michael.
Well, you know, and I'm going to go ahead and let you believe that. And for today, it is. This is the Michael cigar. Now,
Awesome.
if it wasn't today, this would actually be a Mil Diaz.
Yes.
And this is from Crowned Heads right here in our Nashville market. We're very fond of the fact that we have a world-class cigar company right here in our backyard between Crowned Heads and now Osgener Family Cigars, or Oz Family Cigars. So we sell a ton of them.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the Crown Heads. This one was the first one I was introduced to.
Yep.
And I got to, oh, sorry. Dang it. My diabetes is telling me I'm bad, so I'm going to turn that off so that I don't have to hear my high blood sugar anymore. So, juvenile diabetic. All right, sorry. Yeah, that was my first cigar, the Mil Diaz, and I love it. I mean, it is really a nice cigar, and really am enjoying the Crown Head cigar. It's if you haven't tried them, you got to try them.
Yeah, they're we're, like I say, we're very fortunate and proud to have them right here in our backyard. And in fact, so we've been open in this location with the big lounge and everything for about 8 months now. And Tim Osgener came and did our grand opening. And we're tickled to have that. He's been back another time. We did another event with Tim where he does a very cool tasting event where people literally get to see the whole process of what makes up the cigar, the blend. They smoke, they smoke one little prototype type cigar, which is basically comprised of all the filler tobacco.
Yep.
And then, and then in the end, after they've smoked those three, they're smoking a really good cigar, and it's the end result of all those tobaccos blended together into a cigar. So, but yeah, Crowned Heads and Osgener Family Cigars are a very important part of what we do. So,
how often do y'all do events?
We try to do a couple things a month. Sometimes they're purely cigar related. Other times it's, we had Plasencia in here a week ago. We did a great event with Plasencia, and we always try to do something unique at each event. So, our last one with Plasencia Cigars, south of Nashville down here is a huge, incredible bison farm. And we had them here. They set up a big trailer outside. They were grilling tomahawk steaks and doing bison sliders, and it was a really neat event.
Wow.
So we do things like that, like coming up in November, like this coming Monday, we do a big Texas Hold'em night. In a couple weeks, we got a big, imagine this here in Nashville, we got a big music showcase going on in here. With some
in Nashville, a lot of musicians.
Yeah, with some incredible songwriters coming in, and so we try to do. We try to make the events truly an event, not just a. I always tell cigar companies that. One of the old things that used to happen a lot is the local rep would come in and, you buy two, we'll give you one free, or buy five, we'll give you two. And to me, that's a sale.
Yeah.
I can do that any day of the week.
Exactly.
So we like to make it a worthwhile event where people have a good evening of entertainment and enjoy it. And so,
well, I've got to say, Stella's a little upset that you didn't invite her for the bison tasting.
Well, you would have loved it, Stella.
Yeah, I'm sure she would have. So she does like the ribeye tomahawks.
So we do things like that. This actually literally, day before yesterday on Sunday, we just did what we call the tailgate party out here. And we had a company come in, set up a huge smoker out here. We smoked 500 chicken wings.
Wow.
And everybody came and joined us. Most people brought a neat dish to pass, and we just had a fun afternoon.
Well, I'm originally from Nashville, grew up in Madison, so I was a Tennessee Titans fan for a while. So
we all were for a while.
Yeah. So do you have those chicken wings just to help comfort them during their time of crying?
Listen, you know, it's you know, we like to say they're rebuilding. Now they've been rebuilding for several years.
I think you got somebody if you need to go deal with that. I'm good. You go. I see you at the Fuentes, one of my favorite cigars, the Chateau.
One of the legendary brands.
Yes.
Yeah, we sell just tons and tons of Fuente. We're very fortunate when the harder to get stuff comes out. We usually get, you know, when the Opus X comes out, we'll have them.
Nice.
Just recently, the Fuente Rare Pinks came out, and a lot of times we'll get stuff like that. And
so what is your personal thoughts on the pink?
Well, number one, I love the cause behind it.
Yes, you can't go wrong with the cause. The cause is worthwhile.
Yeah. And it's, you know, I think it's one of those things, it's, you know, it's similar. To me, it's just a slight little variation of the Fuente Hemingway.
Yeah, I wasn't
now,
a
that
fan
said,
of
I think the Fuente Hemingway is one of the great classic cigars.
The pink for the cause is worth it to buy one. It wasn't my favorite. My favorite was the Purple Rain. The Purple Rain, I've only found it one time and I bought two, and I thought it was one of the greatest cigars I've ever had. I did have their 25th anniversary one, and I'm picking up their Society one next week. So we'll see how that is. But that one down there, the
Chateau is just one of the great.
That is my everyday cigar.
When people come in and you know, they want just a good, smooth, but a quality cigar, but not strong, but good, smooth cigar, I always take them to a Fuente Chateau.
Yeah, that's, you can't go wrong. Okay, so this cigar right here, I've been seeing a lot of those in Nashville.
So this is a limited edition from Crowned Heads.
That's a Crown Head. The law
every year, Los Calaveras, they come out with and it's very limited. Come out with you know, this is the this year's edition. Once these are gone, they're gone. So, but every year, Crowned Heads comes out with a Los Calaveras. It's a different blend every year, so it's different every year, and it's usually very sought after when they come out. And
I'll have to get a couple of those before I leave. And then my last question in here before you take me to the hidden room, the Munster box, is it worth it?
It is, especially if you're a Tatuaje fan. You know, because this is a collection of all their, you know, what they call the Monster Series cigars, you know, going back for the last 13 years or so.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Do they go on sale after Halloween?
And again, we're dwindling down on them as well.
Yeah.
But even like limited edition cigars, I mean, it's like this is one of Tim Osgener's current limited edition cigars, which is, again, like I say, we're very fortunate to have.
Well, I see a few things I want to get.
Sure.
Wow. So this is your storefront, which is very interesting. There's no smoking up here, and so
and you know, the only exception to that rule is, you know, certain nights when we have certain events and stuff, we leave the door open, and but anyway.
So this room with the little
few
keypad,
minutes, we'll sneak through this door here.
Yeah. All right, we must be 21 years older. Stella is 7.5 years old, so she's not old enough.
But
wow.
I think in human years,
she's okay.
Stella's fine. So
this is nice.
Gentlemen, did you need something to? Come on over. So back here, this is our full lounge. As you can see, we got ample seating. We have a full bar. Bringing a full-time bartender every afternoon till close. So most days, about 1 or 2 o'clock, it'll fill up pretty good back here. We're very fortunate. We got a lot of stuff on the bar that you don't always see. You know, the Pappy Van Winkle, all the Wellers, and I'm very fortunate. I got 3 great bartenders that they amaze me, because there's not a cocktail that somebody can come in and ask for that they just don't know off the top of their head. It may not even be on our menu, but if we got stuff to make it, they can make it for them.
Awesome.
So, come on back.
All right. This is great. Multiple TVs, so you can have all the games.
Got a guy who'll be in later this afternoon. That shiny.
Is he going to be here today?
He'll be in later this afternoon. So.
Wow, my boots need a little.
Yeah.
A little shiny.
So back here is a, you know, we call it the green room. And you know, where the green room comes from is I spent most of my career in the music industry, so a green room was a common thing for me. And we have a lot of music industry people in and out of here. But this can be rented out for things, and also can just be used and reserved if you got a special event. We've got a lot of groups that come back and do networking things back here, and gives them a little privacy. And you know, so at least 3 or 4, you know, usually 3 times a week this is reserved, sometimes more. So
wow,
you literally can rent it for like a 4 or 8 hour block if you're having business meetings and you need to tap into the audio visual and all that. But if it's just a case of, hey, I got some business clients in for a few hours, could we use that back room? You know, as long as you're buying your cigars and your drinks here,
yeah,
we'll reserve it for you. So
nice.
It's very, very cool. We have some, and literally have a couple of Bible study groups that meet back here. So
yeah, I'm finding out a lot of the people at my church have been following me.
Oh,
and I'm like,
yes.
and we're talking about cigars before church, and I'm like, and everybody's looking at us like, what are y'all talking about?
Well,
so
and I think
it's a lot of fun.
You know, I was talking to you earlier out there. Cigars are very unique. Number one, it's one of the last true handmade art forms that we have. Yeah. A lot of people, like, they hear us talk about the term premium hand-rolled cigars. Most people don't really realize there's not a machine touches most of our cigars. I mean, they're rolled by hand, go through the aging and process and everything, but they're literally putting bands on by hand, putting them in cellophane by hand. It's a long process goes into every single cigar before it hits a retail store. So
oh yeah, and you can tell the different qualities of rollers.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, it's amazing. So I have a question. So you're not in downtown Nashville.
Nope.
So do you get a lot of tourists through here, or
we do? In fact, it's very common. So we're in what's called Williamson County, the next county south of Nashville. But there's a lot going on down here. And one thing that we've learned is a lot of tourists and stuff. This is just a really good area to stay in because it's easy access to get into Nashville when you need to for different things, and people just like the area. Yeah. There's lots of other stuff and great hotels right close to here, and so we do get a lot of tourists.
Nice. So besides your normal, but you have a large clientele base. You get a lot of that. Now, do you see a lot of growth in the women market here?
We see a lot now. We've actually got, I think you saw our lockers when you came in. Our lockers are all full and rented, but we actually got female locker holders.
Wow.
And I think there's always been lady cigar smokers and stuff, but for so long there was that stigma about it,
Yeah.
Where now, a few weeks ago we did a whole event just for ladies. We did a whole Sunday, and it was packed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the top growing. I mean, you can only grow so much, and you've already got the guys. So now,
and one thing we did here when we were in the planning stages and putting this all together, number one, we didn't set out to be like this guy or that place there. We wanted to come up with something unique and different. And one of our biggest investments was in our HVAC system, and it was a big investment. But I can have, like the main lounge out there, I can have 50 people in there, and you're never sitting in a haze of smoke. So our system, it's all set up on sensors. As soon as it senses the first smoke, or really any foreign particle in the air, it turns into 100% new air exchange. Mm-hmm. So there's some places that have a system similar, but it's recycling the air, putting it through filters and putting the same air back into the room. And some just use smoke eaters and stuff. Where this here, it's 100% new air exchange. Right. So it's taking all the air out of the room and putting brand new air in. And what makes that system so expensive is to do that, you really got to beef up the heating and the air aspect of it, because as you're taking all the air out, we got to keep it cool in the summer and
hot in the winter. Yeah,
warm in the winter. So
exactly. Well, this is a great place.
And that's one of the comments we hear. It's very common that we have couples in here. And so it's not, the old mentality was, a cigar place was, it was a guy's place.
Right.
We're here. It's very, very common that we have a lot of females in here, get a lot of couples. And even if they're not cigar smokers, they enjoy coming in with their husbands or boyfriends because they can have a drink while he's enjoying a cigar.
Yep.
And they all tell us what's nice is our eyes aren't watering with smoke, and our hair isn't filling up with smoke. So, but come on out.
All right.
I'll show you one other area.
Okay.
And of course, we have restrooms. Got a small kitchen back there. We do some small foods and stuff.
Excellent. So that's when the bartender's here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So then, if you want to step out here.
Oh, wow.
This is our patio area. This is actually all artificial turf that we put down. Very common. We'll have guys come out and play cornhole, and we're just getting in that time of year where it gets used a lot out here because it's cool and so on. So
this is great.
And the noise you hear behind that wall, that's the system I was just telling you about. It sits behind there, and it was quite a project to have it installed, but it's the one thing that does set us apart a little bit. So
wow. So I bet a lot of people come out here to work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I can see myself working here.
In there, I mean, we got good Wi-Fi. Very common. You see guys out here with laptops. And same way in there. We got our tables set up on any of the tables on the outside. You can sit there and do work on your laptops, and so it's very common. You'll be surprised how many business deals go down here.
Wow. Well, to me, smoking cigars is for those that can't play golf.
Yeah.
And you can make so many great business deals at a cigar place.
Yep, absolutely. So
that's awesome. That is awesome.
So it's been a fun venture. So
excellent. And y'all been how long have
so
you been
we're about
open?
8 months since we opened here. Prior to this, we had a small retail store that was inside of the wine and liquor store, which is down here. And basically there, my humidor and all, we were, my little storefront and humidor together was about 400 square feet. So
yeah, well, this is great.
We're about 3,500 square feet here.
So I'm planning to come back, and it's probably going to be a day that y'all are crying because it's November 10th and y'all play the Vikings, and I'm a Vikings fan. So anything special that weekend that y'all are planning? I'm not sure. Ironically, I have a grandson who I don't know how, but he's a huge Vikings fan. So Purple People Eaters, he's doing good. Personally, I'm probably going to be at a Titans game that day. Me too. And and I think my grandson's going to be the one leaving happy that day, most likely. Yeah. So, well, they've lost 2 in a row. We love our Titans, but so my first first Titans game was the Miracle. Oh yeah. Yeah, and it was just unreal. Yeah. I mean, it just wouldn't stop. They just kept screaming and screaming louder. And, oh yeah. I know Buffalo still hates that game. I remember so well because I was born and raised. I've been here many years, but I was born and raised in what's called the Finger Lakes region up in rural upstate New York, not too far from Buffalo. And so my entire family and all my friends from up there, of course, were diehard Buffalo Bills fans, and so I had a good several weeks of reaching out to them about that game. So I've got a question. Mm-hmm. Where are we? So we are in our technical address is Franklin. Now the area, most people refer to it as Cool Springs. Mm-hmm. It's technically Franklin, Tennessee, which is Williamson County. And I think your shirt tells the name, but what's the name of this place? Poppa P Smoke Shop. And I can share that a little bit where that comes from.
as I said earlier, I spent most of my life in the music industry. When I got out of that, I got into the cigar business just because I always loved cigars. My last name is Partridge, just like the family, until about the middle of November. Then the whole pear tree thing will kick in for a month and a half. But when I first got in the cigar business, I had a shop, and I'd hire a lot of college kids to work part-time for me. And as a result, I kind of became the father figure. If they had school problems, they came to me. If they had money problems, they came to me. If they had girl problems, they came to me. And one day, one of them was having a problem with something, and one of the other ones looked at him and said, well, you ought to go ask Poppa P over there. And it just stuck. And that's where it came from. So
that's a good thing to be stuck with.
Yeah, and then slowly but surely, everybody started, calling me that, and even the cigar companies and people. So
all right,
that's where it came from. And
if you're in Cool Springs and Franklin, you need to come to Poppa P's.
Yeah.
So all right, I want you to pick me out a cigar that you like to.
Come on up.
You like. I always like to try something different.
Come on up. Step back into my office.
All right, let's go back into your office, into Poppa P's office, and he can tell me what I need to do.
Tell me a little bit about what you typically smoke and what you like.
So I normally smoke the Connecticut cedar wrapped Fuente. That's my everyday. Now I smoke an Opus X when I'm at home at night when I want to kick my butt.
Well, with that said, now this is going to put you in a little different profile than the Fuentes. But since you smoke Opus X, it won't be. I'd love to introduce you to a Elogio.
Okay.
It's a Nicaraguan cigar. You're not going to find them very many places. It's one of our favorites around here. It's a extremely small operation and company, and that's why you don't see them very many places. A lot of places would love to get these in. They're just very selective, and they keep their retailers to a minimum so that they can keep them in product. But this would be, I'm always looking for a hidden gem, and I found these guys probably 13, 14 years ago when they were, nobody heard of them. It's a great selling brand for us, but Elogio would be a really good choice.
Well then that's what we'll do.
Yep.
We'll take that one. We'll buy this cigar. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna smoke this, and
Absolutely.
I'm gonna enjoy myself back there, and then I'll get back with you before I leave.
Yep.
All right. Very nice cigar, nice white bloom. Yeah, this is a good cigar. I'm gonna put it on my list. So sitting outside, enjoying the weather. It's a very nice place. And to show that, we got the Poppy's hat. Fits good, fits my big fat head nicely. So, hey, here's to you, Poppy. Gotta say, if you're in Nashville and you get a chance to come out to the Franklin, Brentwood, Cool Springs area, you gotta come by, check it out. It's worth the stop, and it's a very relaxing atmosphere. And plus I got my shoes done. Never done that at a cigar place before. That was a first. So, enjoying it. All right, and also, again, we're still having this same issue at the end of the video. Celsius, we're waiting for you. Come on, sponsor us. You know you want to. If I can get my shoes signed at a cigar place, then you want to find Celsius at a cigar shop. It's only natural. 7 lights out. Catch us on the next show.